we're on the cusp of that, and we don't have time to do it. So we want to make sure we don't get caught in the special election process.
Is today the date that he resigned? I mean, is that known now?
His letter is dated
Today.
4/15. It says, "I will be resigning from the Glasgow Town Council seat that I currently hold." So that's what it says.
Yeah, I can understand what you mean. There are a lot of other different
Yeah.
sections that gotta be examined.
And, you know, I mean,
And I guess my concern with it is.
I'll be looking at them too.
45-day window. As far as us deciding as council, if we want to appoint, how are we going to do it, what do we want to follow procedure-wise?
It'd be nice to have windows started.
you know, what I think it is, and I may be wrong, had I known about this at, 4 o'clock this afternoon, I would have brought the code provision with me or looked at it. But I think what we have to do is to avoid it, we have a time period. I don't know if it's 45, I don't know if it's 90, I can't remember off the top of my head, or 60. But I think what you do is you make a recommendation. I think it goes to the circuit court judge. The circuit court judge can make that appointment. If you wait outside of that time frame, then you can no longer make that appointment.
Right, that's-
And then you're into the election process.
That's what Maryland was telling me.
And you don't want to be there.
But I guess my point is, in the procedure of as a council, how do we come up with that position, or who we want to appoint, or how it's done? There's no written procedure for that 45-day window. I guess what we really need to do.
Are you asking if we just need to have another special meeting?
Here's
Set procedure.
Here's what I'll tell you is this, is I'll pull these codes as soon as I get out of court tomorrow. I'll call Paul, tell him what the results are, give him an outline and a roadmap as to how to proceed with this thing. He'll contact you guys. We may need to have a special meeting for that purpose. But again, the idea is to avoid that special election.
And I think to meet that, and I think she had looked it up and said it was 45 days, but there again,
There's a
electoral
lot
board
of
versus-
confusion about this law.
But we probably need to meet, to determine what our course is going to be, so we can get it done before that 45 days.
Yeah,
is up.
and I mean, and you might well be thinking about, who you want to put there.
If you never set a date for when he's resigned, 45 days could be 3 years from now. That's why I'm asking, when does that start, that clock start?
Well, his letter is not really descriptive to me. It says, "I will be resigning."
Yeah, well,
What I think what Buena Vista did, they had this issue that came up last week, and what they did, they said, "Well, we're not going to accept your resignation."
Well, they can do that too.
And they did that. I think, my guess is, I certainly wasn't at the meeting, but my guess is to buy more time so that they could probably sort through this thing to make sure that they got it right. And that's what I think they're doing.
Well, it actually says that until the replacement comes in, he should serve until there is a replacement. I think it says it.
But
I'm no lawyer.
What you might want to do is this, at this point, you can say, you can acknowledge receipt of his letter here tonight and then table acceptance of his resignation until the May meeting. Now, I would still, I would still rather be ahead of the curve on that, and if we're under a tight, if it's 45, it's not 60, if it's not 90, we probably want to act on it within that 45-day period of time. There's probably interpretation the way that letter is written as to whether or not it's effective. It doesn't say that it's effective as of today. It's dated as of today, 4/15/14. But then it refers to an event in the future. I will be resigning. So, you want to be safe on it, and we don't want to be in a special election.
I agree.
So we're going to figure out how to avoid the intent of the law.
Well, yeah.
Because we're dancing around, we don't want to say
We
when
don't
he's
know what the
resigning.
law is yet. That's what he's saying. He
Well-
says, let me find out what the law is.
That's right.
Well, you can't say that we're trying to avoid the law. That's what you said.
Make a motion that we adjourn.
How can he try to avoid it? He doesn't.
ask for a motion to adjourn.
Oh,
So, did you have some more stuff, Ron?
Good call, Ruby.
It's 45 days.
Good call, Ruby.
Oh, he makes us say yes?
Yes.
He says, can I buy some